Okay, so I was having this conversation, right? The old classic conversation starter. Would you rather have a gay son or a thought daughter, right? And my answer is obviously gay son, because just because my son likes dick doesn't mean I failed as a father. It just means my son likes dick. If he was promiscuous, that'd be a different question. But no, I don't. I'd much rather have a gay son than a thought daughter, because a thought daughter is a promiscuous daughter. It's a daughter that does not value her body, and that just means I failed as a father. I failed to show her the value of her body. And I don't mean this in a sexual, incestuous way. I mean in a very literal, matter-of-fact way. Instead of hoeing out, he could be honing in her sexual abilities and gaslight rich men into giving her money. She could be a proper gold digger, but instead she chose to be a whore. That means I failed. But I was having an interesting thought, because, yeah, if my daughter was an OF model, that means I failed. But what about a foot finder model, right? And I really started thinking about it, and I was like, oh my god, if my daughter was a foot finder model, I don't think I'd be as mad. Here's the logic, right? If she's an OF model, 90% chance she's in like the most skimpiest clothes, she's showing her pussy on a site with men who see her as nothing more but a piece of meat, right? Think about OF for a moment. Think about OF as the end user, not as a creator, but as an end user. It's literally a site where you pay to see pictures of meat. Think about it for a moment. Think about it. It's literally a site where you're paying money, actual money, just to see flesh. You don't see these people as actual people. You're just seeing flesh. And you get sexual gratification from it, right? And that's the problem. That is the problem. But if you're on Feet Finder, sure, it's still the same thing. The end user seeing you as nothing more but meat. At the very least, you're not showing all your sensitive bits. You're showing feet. And any pervert on the beach can take pictures of your feet for absolute free and then go jack off with it, right? But if you're making people, pay for it, like at the end of the day, you're not the person I'm going to be disappointed in. It's going to be the people buying fucking feet pics. You get what I'm saying? You get the logic? The logic here? I'm not mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that. If my daughter came up and said, Daddy, I know you've taught me a lot of things, right? You taught me, hey, I'm not just a piece of meat for guys to be sexually attracted to. I'm a person. I'm a person who values themselves. But I've been short on a bit of money, so I decided to send pictures of my feet to strangers on the internet and get paid for it. I'd be like, that's kind of weird, but you know what? It could be way worse. I'm proud of you for monetizing pictures of your feet. That's genuinely, entrepreneurial. You know what I'm saying? That's intelligent. I'm proud of you for that. That's what I would say. And again, like if I found out my baby girl was a thought, I failed, right? I failed as a parent, because at the end of the day, I think promiscuity is a bad thing. I think being openly promiscuous is a bad thing. It's still bad if it was the gay son. If the gay son was promiscuous, I'd still feel like I failed. Because I'm not mad that he likes dick. I'm mad that he lets all the homies hit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hater, is what I'm trying to say. I'm a professional D1 hater. If someone is hit more than me, then I am going to not like them. That's just how it is. But yes, this is a official statement from me. If my daughter had a Feet Finder account, I would not disown her. She would, however, have to pay rent. Because there's no way in hell you have a Feet Finder account and are not making thousands of dollars. And if you're making thousands of dollars, you can definitely pay rent, you dumb cunt. But that's really all I have to say. So remember, just because your son likes penis doesn't mean you failed. You failed the moment he takes more than one penis in his asshole. Because he's not only gay at that point, he's a whore. And I don't have respect for whores. I have respect for gay people, not whores. And goodbye.